Hi, and welcome to The Ring is Chosen. We're coming to you this week's special from the Crystal Cavern! Ah! So now that Crystal and I have recovered...
I broke my hip. Ow.
I'm alive. I mean, she kind of landed in my foot.
I landed on your crotch. Your foot's by your crotch. One, you...
No, you hit... I don't know what you hit over here, but you definitely got a foot area. I mean, I got some of your boob and your behind.
Yeah, I definitely think you had your hand...
Yeah, whatever. You just came flying in. We'll watch it forever and wonder. I wasn't... Yeah.
I'm not even really sure why I did that.
Well, you wanted it.
We're just gonna ignore that comment.
Yeah, we'll ignore that comment until Invincible starts, and then we'll cry.
Oh, God.
God, I'm so glad that we have a drink brought to us by Robert Walters. Thanks for
I
retiring.
had tea today.
Lies!
No, I really do.
Who do you think opened this?
I might have opened the bottle for you, but I'm drinking tea. It was decaf.
Bull! She started the bottle
But
after she finished the last one.
there's a reason we have to drink, because this week's books
Are awful and traumatizing. There's some niceness, but mostly awful.
Batgirl this week was pretty much the only one that I enjoyed reading.
And of course I don't have it with me.
Well, we can still talk about it.
Yeah, we had to escape to the Crystal Cave.
So this is
So we can talk.
where we are in the Crystal Cave. And I feel ashamed that you can't see the Crystal Cave because where the couch is situated, none of my wonderful art is up. But we are surrounded by original art right now on the walls. It is beautiful. And it's nice and quiet. We get to sit on this couch. Oh my god. Instead of the damn chair. Feels great. I can have my own teacup. I made cookies. We're moving up in the world from back rooms at a comic book shop.
There's some fun to the back room of the comic shop.
There's some fun. But comfort is not one of those funs.
Comfort's not one of them. We're in comfort zone.
We are in comfort. I'm actually naked on the bottom half. Because it's my house. You know, if I want to wear underpants or naked, I can.
I wouldn't sit next to her if she were naked.
He would totally sit next to me if I was naked.
If it were going to make me money.
Money?
Or bring us ratings.
Ratings? I'm naked. So, we just gotta talk about this week. Get it out of the way. And, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, comic book readers, I'm sorry. Next week will be a better week. It was kind of, you know, Doopish this week.
People do love Duke, though.
But he doesn't need a whole comic book.
I don't know. Did Deadpool need a whole comic book? People love that.
Okay, this dude doesn't speak English. It's all hieroglyphic.
He does now.
Things. I can't see this going more than like 3 or 4 books.
It's Peter Milligan writing it. It could happen. I mean, I don't know how it's going to happen, but it could happen.
I just don't think he's a strong enough character at all to have his own title. Like, what the... no.
The book's pretty amusing.
It's funny, but it's not Deadpool funny.
No. But he wants to marry Kitty Pryde.
Who doesn't want to marry Kitty Pryde?
True. True.
What, you know, we had Ghostbusters, right? And we had the green guy from Ghostbusters.
Slimer!
And then we had the High C juice boxes Slimer. That's what this guy reminds me of, but not like the funny kind of Slimer thing.
I was like, don't you dare trivialize Slimer.
I'm not trivializing
Slimer.
But Dupe is not. Yeah. Dupe is not a Slimer.
Oh, fine, sure.
So let's go to the other of why did they do it?
Oh my god. Well, now I know.
Why did they do it?
The name on the book is going to tell us why.
Nightcrawler #1. Another why did they do it?
It's written by Chris
Okay,
Claremont.
so listen, I like Nightcrawler. He is one of my favorite X-Men. But this book, he doesn't have his German accent or his weird the way he speaks. It's not his character. He's like a...
It's written by Chris Claremont.
So what?
I know, but like I don't. First of all, I don't even know. I can't. You know what? I know a lot of you still love Chris Claremont, but
this book, Nightcrawler is a character that I think might have a better following than Dupe, but the way it was written, it's
I
not
like Todd
true.
Knott's art. I do like that.
Yes, the art was good, but that's the only thing. He wasn't true to the character. It was
Considering he's the man who like helped bring him to life.
It's just
freakish.
It's another let's print and waste some paper book. It's a book that you're gonna have in your collection, and you're gonna #1, let me pick it up, and then a month from now, it's gonna be worth 19 cents.
Art is beautiful. I love you, Todd. Here's a book that I have really, really convoluted feelings on because there's too many people working on it.
Oh gosh, okay.
And it's a weekly.
So another #1.
Batman Eternal.
Batman Eternal, and you know my love for Batman. You know,
It's a
things
weekly
Batman.
book.
It's a weekly book, and it's a weak book.
Well, he fought the pig in the first issue.
It's a weak book. The storyline was weak. The art was good. The art was actually better than good.
Yeah.
But
And there's a different team on every issue.
The storyline for this one book was so weak. For a Batman title, something that's going to be weekly, I need a reason to spend my $2.99 each week on this book, the space to store this book.
It's supposed to be the event. I don't know.
I don't think it was the event. I don't think it was an event.
It's also the first issue, and first issues just tend to just...
But DC has excellent storylines, excellent layouts in their books, and most of the art is usually good. They have the great paper quality, and I talk about that. This one, I might read the second one, but it might be another,
It could be the nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Or it could be great.
It could be great, but the first one left me wanting more and disappointed in a Batman title. We have so many Batman titles, so for this one,
I know, this one had to shine
it
and
needed to
soar.
shine, and it didn't.
It was okay.
It was alright.
Yeah.
That's what
If we didn't have so many Batman titles right now.
Yes. So, I feel like we've done the 3 books that were kind of like, eh. We don't have Batgirl in front of us, but
Batgirl's good as always.
Batgirl is excellent as always.
Yeah. Yeah, Batgirl's always good or better.
Yeah. The Batgirl and Batwoman,
Yeah.
they're always great. This one, in this Batgirl, she was fighting a nightmare creature. Some kids get drunk at a party and they summon a Bloody Mary type character.
I feel like so bad for Batgirl fighting the supernatural. Like,
Yeah.
after the vampire thing, you really think poor Barbara would just get a rest?
It's kind of funny though.
Oh, I know. Because like Gail's like, no, Barbara hasn't had enough of dealing with weird crap. Let's do more.
But anyway, with this character, she knows the riddle, the childhood riddle. I forgot what the name of the character was. We can't look it up. But she knows how to defeat him, and she basically yells at these drunk teenagers to stop being fools and summoning creatures that they don't know anything about. And the whole time she's thinking about Dick Grayson and about how, as children, they used to play and all the things they did. So it was a very emotional and action-packed book, which made it an excellent read.
I love that she harkened back to her connection to Dick Grayson. That I hope still means something.
I think it does.
After we figure out if they don't kill him or not.
They can't kill him.
I pretty much decided that it's the fact that he's exposed as Nightwing in Forever Evil that's holding everything up, and so he can't just go and be Nightwing, so we can't have a Nightwing title.
But
So
Nightwing.
I'm ready for him to be an all-new hero. I'm pretty excited by that idea.
Nightwing.
We do, but maybe we can love him as
Do you
something
know
else.
what I love about Nightwing?
You know what I'm concerned with? Him becoming Red Robin. Because that's what he did in,
Just keep him as Nightwing, please.
Yeah.
We like the butt.
He can still have a nice butt in other outfits.
It's not the same. We can't.
You're right. It's not the same.
Not the same. Different costume. Might be the same butt, but then we couldn't say Nightwing butt all the time.
No, that'd be Red Robin butt. That would be a little weird.
I don't like saying Red Robin butt.
No.
Nightwing butt is much better.
Red Robin butt. No, it's funnier, but it doesn't work. Doesn't work.
What's the next book we got, Cliff?
Are you ready?
I don't know. Am I? Oh gosh. Is this what I think it is?
Dun, dun,
It is.
dun.
Okay. So I was asked not to speak about the price of this book.
By immediately you spoke about it. It's a $9.99 title.
I'm gonna talk about it.
$9.99.
This book is $10.
But it's like getting 4 issues in one.
But it's huge.
It's huge, and like it's a record-breaking cover for the amount of characters it features.
For a $10 book, they should have bound it a little better.
You'd think, but no, because then as soon as they did, then they would have made the book like
Because it's
$12.99.
the same issue that they're gonna have. They had with Spider-Man 700 when the books were falling apart. And that was a $7.99 issue. It's just so thick. There's so much to it that it's a little difficult. So what were your feelings on this book? I'm gonna let you talk about it.
I don't know. It was fun, and like I said, there's 4 full stories in here. You know, the most important issue, number 27 in the history of comics. I enjoyed it for what it was.
It's a Deadpool. It's funny.
It's a
goofy.
Deadpool.
He gets married. I like that she turns into a crazy she-beast.
Yeah, of course, because
But she's a beautiful woman when she's like in her weaker form.
Yes.
Which I thought was funny because she's like a beautiful woman. She's like, I'm in a weak form, but my strong form is a raging bitchy monster.
Appropriate for Deadpool.
It's kind of like what happens with me.
Aww.
My weak form is this one right here, but most of the time I'm a raging bitchy monster. Everybody in the room right now is nodding.
Yep.
They're gonna die a slow death later. It's fine.
No. I like how Nightcrawler's performing the ceremony.
Oh, because he's asking everybody in the whole. That you read the book, he goes like to all the characters and is asking them.
He's like, do I
And they're like,
have an
no,
objection?
no, why are you asking me? They're like, we don't even talk, you're kind of a jerk. No. So anyway, it's a $10 book. Art was, since many people worked on it, it was very, very...
Oh my god, it's actually got the Guinness World Records record holder stamp right on the cover, too.
For what?
Because of the amount of characters on the cover.
Oh.
I mean...
War of the Independents didn't have...
It beat it. It beat everything.
Oh, wow. I wonder if we can find out how many are actually on there.
You do, because it's actually covered in the end of the issue when they, like, name all the characters. So it's actually really cool.
Alright, so it's a $10 book. Go buy it.
I actually am going to say go buy it. I mean,
even though it's $10, it's worth buying.
because, you know, if you really love Deadpool, it is the collector item.
It's excellent.
Yeah, it is.
We all love Deadpool. How could you not like Deadpool?
I mean, I was thoroughly amused, and, like, although it's, like, it's a $10 book, I mean, like, it's really amusing, and it's
actually,
a cool...
this now is my book.
It's a cool item.
Mine.
So I think that was like our special, this is pretty cool, you can go buy it. And now we're going to simmer right back down.
Okay, so more number ones. Usually when we have episodes of number ones, we're all really super excited and we're like, we got so many. But we got so many number ones today that
I'm not horrifically disappointed in this.
I'm not, but still, for our number one.
Right, for number one, there's so much backstory that we're not aware of.
I mean, it has Spider-Man on the cover, so I'm not complaining. It's got Spider-Man and Spider-Woman.
Yes, which I love.
And it's got funny one-liners within the first couple of pages.
Yeah.
But then it peters off. It's like, whoop.
I think the whole thing is well written. It's a good setup, but it's not a good, why are they all here? It's just kind of like, you're thrown into the mix, get into it.
I like Cloak and Dagger in there, because I enjoy their storyline. I love Spider-Man, I love Spider-Woman. So, it's worth a read, but...
We got some Kitty Pryde action.
Don't get your hopes up.
It's all Ultimates, though. Keep that in mind. I don't know about getting your hopes up. I mean, I'm up, I'm down. It's Ultimates, which has just been hit and miss and weird. But I enjoyed the first issue. We've read a lot of bad first issues lately.
We have.
Yeah, this was certainly a good. As compared to Captain Marvel #1. Where like hers was like, it's a number one, but we're just jumping right in.
Yes,
like this one was a little bit
this
like.
This one you could understand, and I don't have the same issues I had with the Captain Marvel.
Yeah, this one's like a number one, like it is number one, like jump in.
Okay, so what's next?
Oh.
Are we in my category
hideous?
of why did you even try to draw this? Yes, we are. So Green Lantern Corps. I can draw better than this. This was basically taking ink, standing across the room, and throwing it at some paper. And they formed blobs. And then we put words to the blobs. And that's all I'm saying about it. I don't even want to talk about this book. Even the cover is not great. It's very basic. And it's not like old school 90s basic or, like that pop basic. It's just... Somebody was rushing to get this out of their hands because they had deadlines, and we did not get a product we needed. Which occasionally that happens on titles. I'm just not happy. And the next book I think we're going to do is the same category. Are you...
I have to assess.
It's just not. Yeah, that face says it all. Just not. Yeah. Let's go to the next book. If you
Oh my lord. Oh my god. And speaking of things. Holy.
Oh, not great. Marvel, what are you doing to us?
Why don't you care, Marvel?
Why did you relaunch it? The old storyline was great. The art was great. The storyline was powerful. I could give it to little kids. This thing, I'm going to start a fire with. The story is absolutely... It's shitty. The art is... The cover's good.
And then it goes downhill.
Yeah.
I don't even think the cover's that great.
Like, you took such a powerful female, positive character...
Which is always a struggle issue with this character.
You took her away and you gave us this shit.
Struggle issue.
And this was, we had problems with the last one. We didn't say it was powerful. We said we'd give it a shot. And now this is the shot we gave it. And not only did you not fix it, you made it worse. It's just so bad.
And then arbitrary Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, so wait, with the movies coming out, let's try to boost ratings for this comic book by throwing some Guardians of the Galaxy.
I come back on number 30. Yes.
Huh.
I'm so sorry, but it's awesome.
But we talked about it already.
We did talk about it.
But we have it. Once again, we made lies and promises we didn't keep.
Lies and promises.
Okay, so regular show skips. While reading this, I had the revelation that there's two titles. There's regular show and then there's regular show skips. And, okay, so we talked about the Pogs last time. That's the regular show. And this one is with skips. And last time we talked about this, they were dealing with the Time Lords and trying to figure out how to stop the time loop. They figure it out in this book. It's not as funny as the other ones, but it's a regular show. So
I like that he's a popular enough character that he gets his own comic.
Yeah, actually, at New York Comic Con, I met the new artist who's drawing skips. I forgot her name. She's got short hair like me. Excuse me. She's very, very nice, and she's very energetic about her job, which I love. Bless you.
Gracias.
But anyway, regular show never disappoints, even when it's not as funny as the regular show. So we have this to look forward to in times of need like this week. Are you dying?
Okay, I'm good. I thought I was gonna sneeze again. I'm sorry.
Take your superpower.
Yes.
You blew everybody out of the room.
I do that.
With a sneeze. Let me not say that sentence ever again.
Speaking of superpowers,
NC-17 rated.
We've got.
Is this our last book?
No.
It's our last book.
It's our last joint book.
Yeah. I think we're going to talk about this one next.
Oh, we're going to save it for last?
Yeah.
Oh, then the horror begins.
You started sneezing and I started coughing.
Oh my god, no, we're in Jeopardy.
So please continue the horror. Oh, look, a new number 1!
Iron Fist, the Living Weapon.
I didn't read it because I opened it and he's not a strong enough character to make me want to read
Oh my god, you're so harsh on Danny. So, like, Danny, like, was in front of the Tree of Life and was like, oh, I'm going to give up immortality because it's ridiculous. Because, you know, people just want to throw away immortality. But he feels like life is, like, an eternity now because his feelings are all messed up. So he's, like, going out with a girl on a date, and he still, like, you know, has money and all that. He's still a superhero. And the girl's all over him, fawning, and it doesn't mean anything to him. He's just out on a date and going home to sleep with her and all that stuff. Which, you know, people don't really feel anything. I'm like, why do you bother? Why do you get in the limo, take a girl out, listen to their drivel, sleep with them? Why do we paint this picture of these characters? Or, like...
That's what I do. I have my own personal limo. That's how I get all the chicks.
Anyhow, but aside from that, there's a really great origin story here for Danny that, like, cycles back to him being a kid in the Himalayas with his parents. Of course, he's attacked by hand ninjas, so that's awesome. And he's got and his powers are on the fritz, so that's really kind of cool too. Of the number ones, it's like the only Ultimate's not the worst. So, I mean, you know, I was
a powerful number 1.
Right. It was really powerful. I want to say really powerful, but like zero intrigue. No. Definitely there's intrigue because like it harkens back to
Would
his
it make somebody walk into a store that's never read a comic before and want to pick it up?
possibly.
Okay.
And for an Iron Fist fan, even more so.
Okay, so it's a good thing for Iron Fist fans because
Yeah.
they're probably like Deadpool fans or they like to follow specific characters.
Exactly.
And it is a good book to pick up if you've never read a book.
Possibly. Although I didn't like that it was a little slightly misogynistic, but then slightly not because
Okay,
even
we're not talking about that. We're talking about the level of reading. And
level of reading good, pretty good. I have my issues with it personally. Overall, good.
Okay, next book.
All right, here's a weird one. Justice League 3000 continues.
Didn't read it.
I'm still enjoying it. Okay. So for last,
Wait, this is a good book?
it's become a good book.
Okay, good.
I told
Is
you.
it a good book this week?
Yes.
So there is hope for this week.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Because I told you, like we realize now they've been taken over by parasites. These are regular human hosts.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we're talking about this. I remember now.
Right. So like the newest member is like Firestorm. And they introduced him at the end of last issue, and Flash already has enough of his memories back. He went back to join the rest of Justice League.
Okay.
And this Firestorm, like the twins are back at Cadmus, be like, why didn't you leave with Flash to join the Justice League? And he's like, I don't even really know those people. I barely have any memories. It's your guys' fault. They're like, but you just told Flash to go give him hell and all this other stuff. He's like, I felt that way, but whatever. And they're like, oh God, what are we doing? In the meantime, like Superman is having all sorts of feelings now that he realizes that he's not actually Superman because he's just been total douche Superman up until this point. So like now he like rescued Wonder Woman. She says, I don't actually need saving. He goes, yeah, but. Because now he's like, I'm sorry. He goes, but I had to do it. And she goes, did you just apologize to me? It's like, it's all like weird. Yes.
How is the art?
Decent. Yeah.
Okay, so it's a good book this week and people should continue reading it.
I would say from the last 2 issues to now.
Okay, so
I would enjoy it.
So 3, 4, and then 5.
Yeah.
What's our next book? Oh God. If you're sighing, it can't be good. Because you're always more... optimistic than I am, but I see what you just picked up. So, just a little warning prior to this. This is going to be a little uncomfortable.
This is extremely uncomfortable.
So, I'm sure that will be in our warning prior to even watching this.
This is Invincible 110.
You're hiding your face behind the book.
Invincible returns to his home.
Okay.
Where Adam Eve is.
Okay.
And she's pregnant with his child.
Okay.
He's all freaked out. She's pregnant with his kid. He's been away healing yet again from more horrific battles that he's been through. He's always away. She's had enough of him, essentially. That's the wrap up. And he keeps trying to explain, no, I love you. It's complicated.
Things happen?
Oh, no. Let me get... There's 2 major things in this issue. Let's just get through the first one. In the previous issue, he's already felt that, like, it looks like robots, his friend in the Global Guardians, has gone evil or at least is not to be trusted. And it certainly has him concerned. So with that weighing on his mind and all the other crap that goes on in his life, he's just trying to reach out to her and let her know that they're not safe, they belong together, and they need to get away. And that should be enough. But no, she's just so through with him. She's just like, look, I can't be with my parents right now while I'm pregnant. I hope you don't mind if I just stay here, and then I'll move out. And he's like, look, nothing's changed about how I feel about you. He goes, but whatever you do, you absolutely cannot stay here. Go nowhere that robot would ever think to find you, because he cannot be trusted. And he's like, and, that's it. Like, and they had to leave because he's devastated. So he's morally destroyed because she has told him, it is over, get out, get away from me, I don't want to see your face.
And she's pregnant with his child.
And she even told him, I'm not even sure you should be part of your child's life with the way you're never around.
I don't even want to talk about that. It's just a sad and horrific conversation.
Right. So he flees his household and takes to the skies. And just when you think that is a sad and horrific conversation and he's devastated by the turn that his life has taken, this Viltrumite female, who his father left orders that she should help to repopulate the Viltrumite race with his son, shows up. And she's like,
Help is in quotations right there.
Oh yeah. She's like, I'm here, your father left orders, the other Viltrumite men are fulfilling their orders, and we're going to make half-breeds, and I do not want to have I don't want to mate with any of these humans, or are weak and pathetic. You're half-breed and you're weak, but at least you have Viltrumite blood in you, and we should do this. And they immediately start fighting. And he's like, get away from me. I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight. She goes, I have my orders. We're going to do this. And he starts fighting her immediately, punching her. And she says, oh, good. You know what I like.
Thank you, Kirkman.
Thank you, Kirkman. Because clearly, since Carl didn't get raped on Walking Dead, the TV series, Mark has to get raped in Invincible. So she has her way with him in the absolute most filthy, disgusting way you could possibly imagine, that the artist can barely make tasteful, yet not. I don't even know. It was like as much, not quite, I can't even, it's so uncomfortable. Let's have as much not nudity as possible, but as much disturbing imagery as I can shove in at once. It's so uncomfortable.
And then
Plus all the uncomfortable language.
It's a Kirkman book. He writes very uncomfortable
and then
things.
In the letters section, someone goes on to write about the level of violence in the book, and should it really be a teen plus title, or maybe it should move on to M for mature.
Maybe it should go to M.
It needs to go to M. I mean, I was really feeling violated reading this book. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, I guess I should have seen it coming when the whole thing with, we need to repopulate the Viltrumite race thing happened a little while ago anyway.
She probably didn't want to acknowledge it.
Oh, my God.
We have a book after this to pick up our spirits.
We have our last book, which is one I've been enjoying for a while, and hopefully you actually like this one, too, because I know you picked it up.
I did. So, Superman
and Wonder Woman.
I picked it up because last time you reviewed it, you had such wonderful things to say about it. And I haven't read it, so I saw it on the shelf, so I picked it up, and it's wonderful. I like it.
It's actually good.
Even though I picked it up at 7, I like it.
Yeah, and it actually was a weird but good spot to pick it up.
Yeah, I really like it. They both get. I thought it was a little weird that they got attacked, and then Superman was he's not a zombie, but he looked like a zombie because all the skin was gone.
Yeah, because.
But he was still able to fly.
Yeah, well, they were in a nuclear blast.
But it was still a little weird. But cool, because the art definitely helped with the story. And I like when that happens.
And I like how they were both messed up, but for 2 different reasons. So it's we both need healing. Superman's like, oh, I can still fly. And Diana's like, oh, she's like, and he's like, why don't you take me somewhere where I can heal? She's like, oh, I can't take you to near Apollo. He'll try to kill us. And she's like, but no, take me to to this Amazon. She used to be a healer. So Superman races her.
And he goes off then
to the fortress.
Himself.
Yeah.
So it was an excellent book, and I'm glad we ended on this because
it was a much better book.
It was a much better book than Invincible, and this week was just not a very strong comic week.
Yeah, and although Invincible is a strong book, but oh my god,
yeah,
a strong book to emotionally rip you.
So we should be having 2 episodes come out. Watch our episode that we review Captain America, and you get to see the wonderful lenticular 3D poster that was donated by my wonderful girlfriend, Ashley.
Yeah, and in case you're wondering, that's right, AMC Ashley.
AMC Theaters. It's the movie theaters, not TV show.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I've been wearing this forever. I've converted my devotion to Captain America, and I won't relinquish.
We've been filming on different days. He's been washing his clothes.
Yeah, I know. Just in case you realize this has all been happening.
I'm still wearing the same underwear though.
Yeah. Ew.
I made a cookie.
Cookies are delicious. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for watching. Follow me at @DashingTaz, DashingTaz on Twitter.
You know me.
You know Cliff. I had 2 followers this week. Thank you. And that is why I spell it at the end of each episode.
Yes!
Have a great night.
Yes. Enjoy your week. What do we review next week?
Comic books.
Something cool.